Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafty Concepts with Erin. I'm so glad you're here because I am excited to share my December daily album, and I'm even more excited that I finished this December daily album. A lot of us crafters have many works in progress, right? And that's okay. Just, try not to put those deadlines on yourself and just enjoy the process. So this is my 2021 Christmas story, and I didn't actually start putting this together until last Christmas. And then I just finished it at a retreat I went to and dedicated the whole weekend to this album. It was a lot of fun. So even if you're not a 6x8 scrapbooker, hopefully these are ideas that you can apply to your 12x12 layouts or whatever scrapbooking size you prefer. So I'm going to be pointing out some fun design ideas and story ideas for your albums. And I have some super exciting news for you. I know a lot of you have been anxiously awaiting the release of Volume 2 of our 6x8 sketchbook by the creative design team. So this was last year's, and we put 2022, but really it's timeless. Sketches don't go out of style, right? It's just the different papers and your different embellishments you add to those layouts. So 46 sketches in both books. Now these are a digital download. You can leave them on your laptop or your iPad or phone, or you can have them printed and bound like I did at my local office supply store, Staples. You order it online, you could pick it up the same day or have it delivered. It's awesome. Or if you want to have them printed but really go with a low cost version, get a binder and put them, just hole punch them and put them in the binder or put them in plastic sleeves. Now here's something I learned I want to share with you guys. If you've never had a book bound, this one looks a lot thicker, and it's only because I forgot to click the double-sided. So there's just, extra pages in here, and this one I figured it out and printed them back to back here. So it's thinner, taking up less space. And then this coil, I do not recommend it because you cannot fold these all the way over, and this little piece here stops it. So you do want to get this style ring, and most of you are probably like, well, duh, I knew that. Well, I didn't, so I thought I would share this with you. You can fold it all the way over, and it just makes it a little bit easier to work on your desk. But yeah, so those are my tips if you are going to have it printed. But these are so easy to use because, again, you have all of the measurements and they give you embellishment suggestion placements, and it's so fun to follow along. And I know many of us that do try to put our books together in December, we're super busy, so why not use a sketch to make the process even quicker. Now this little fun element here, it says December. This is a free cut file, and you can still get this. I'll have everything, all the details listed in the description box below. And if you caught Andrea's video yesterday, hers looks totally different, but she used the same cut file. So lots of fun ideas will be shared featuring this, and you can download it and use it for your own albums. I do wish I had cut the backing in a pattern paper just to kind of brighten that up, but I went ahead and added a pocket card and I stitched that on, creating this fun little pocket. I just cut this out with a circle die and added a few tags. Now I don't have anything on the tags, but I think that I'm going to put some fun, just kind of a list of our favorite Christmas traditions. I thought that would be a fun idea to add to those tags, but they look cute, right? So why not? Now for my cover page, I chose a family photo, and I did this in Canva. I'm going to pull this out so that you can maybe see this a little bit better. Canva is so fun because you can do different things, add some details to the photos. So the background was beautiful, but I wanted to put it in black and white, and then I put Christmas memories right over the top in red, and then the year. And then you can see those little lights. That's added in Canva also. So I thought it just made a really fun opening layout for my album, and it was so quick and easy to do. And then I just printed that at home on my Epson printer there. Let me slide that back in. I do have the paid version of Canva, but a lot of these things you can do for free, and I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. So this is story 1. I have 25 stories in here, so they're not all taken, it's not like a photo of the day type album. They're just 25 Christmas stories. Some photos happened on the same day, and I just made them different stories, and then some happened a long time ago. I can't wait to share story 24 with you. It's my absolute favorite. So this was our very first time visiting a a Christmas tree farm, and I do have a process video for this particular spread. Now you'll notice this is a double page spread. I do have a few double page spreads in here and then a lot of single also. So to keep it consistent, I chose a paper pack that was featured last year by Close to My Heart called Christmas Story, and use that throughout the entire album. And then you'll also notice I use the same little circular element, a white circle layered over a black circle with the number stamped in the circle, and I have that consistently throughout my album. So just little details like that tie it all in. But this is a flip flap, so you know, some of you feel that you can't get very much on a 6x8 layout spread, but I think you can. Just print your photos smaller. These are 3x4s, and then this is a 3x3, and I have included more photos underneath the flip flap and the story. So I just typed up the story and slid that right in there, and it creates this really fun interactive element and gives you more real estate on the page. But this was a really fun adventure, and I'm really happy that we actually went and cut down a Christmas tree at one of our local tree farms. And then I have a lot of stamping. This is a stamp, and then I just added some sequins to jazz that tree up, and then a little heat embossing there. And you're going to see lots of sprigs also throughout the album, just different mistletoe and holly leaves and pine boughs. So story 2 is a beautiful historic church in our town, and I drive right by this on my way home from work, and every year it's just stunning how they light it up. So this church was built in 1859. It's called the Red Church, and I had to pull over and snap a picture. And there's a sticker up here that says every year. That came with the sticker sheet, and I thought, how perfect is that? Because every year I look forward to seeing this church all lit up, and they put this beautiful Christmas tree out front, and it's just really so pretty. So I've got a couple poinsettias. Now this is a design element I want to point out. These are 2 different days and 2 different stories, but I created the layouts to kind of go together as one. And you'll notice here I carried this black paper all the way across. You do not have to do this, of course, and it makes it easy when you're using the same paper pack throughout the album. But I also created this visual triangle with the poinsettias. So I took those same embellishments and just went right across the layout, and it's just very pleasing to look at. My pages don't have to match. If you've been following my channel for a while, I will have 2 completely opposite pages next to each other in the album, and I'm okay with that. But in this case, if you can make it work, why not, right? The poinsettias are from the Holiday Banner Stamp and Thin Cut set, and I did color those in with the dark red Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend marker. And to make them a little bit fancier for Christmas, I added some gold glitter gel so that we had some sparkle and shine, and put a gold glitter gem in the center of that poinsettia. This is story number 3. My youngest son, Clayton, wanted to go to the annual Christmas parade, so we got bundled up. It was super cold, and I went and took a picture with the lights in the background, and then this is Santa on the float, because Santa's kind of the main deal of the parade, right? He always brings up the end, and it's just a really small town parade, and it's a lot of fun. On, I was going to say day 4, but story 4, it's my son, Clayton, again, all dressed up with one of his good friends at the annual Christmas dance with his school, and I thought it'd be fun to include the journaling on this pull-out tag. The 6x8 are not pocket pages. The 6x8 page protectors are side opening, which is really nice because it does help prevent dust from settling down into the tops of your pages while they're on the shelf. But I wasn't thinking when I created this layout, and I was thinking I'd be able to pull my tag right out the top like I do on my 12x12s. So I did cut a slit in there and added that right behind the photo, and it works great. So I just kind of shared the details, and you'll notice I have used my Avery clear label tape. That is awesome for journaling because it allows the pattern, it's a sticker, so you can type it up, put it on there, and it allows the pattern paper to show through from behind the journaling, and I think that looks really nice. And how cute is this little nutcracker sticker with these handsome gentlemen? I thought it was perfect. Story number 5 is all about Christmas cards, and this idea was quite literally taken right out of Jema's book. Not only the idea, but the Christmas card itself. I got her card in the mail, and I'm like, hey, Jema, I love this. Can I steal your idea? And she was totally fine with it. And then she also hole punched hers and added it into her book. So I like to take a family photo and make a Christmas card with a little, kind of letter idea, or not letter, but highlights of what the Jacobson family's been up to. And I send that to my close family and family and close friends. And then I also love to make Christmas cards. So I made a bunch of these cute Christmas cards to send out to my crafty friends. And you know what I just realized? Oh my goodness. This album is 2021. And this was 2022's Christmas card. So we're just going to take that right out of there, set it aside, and it'll be ready for this 2022 album, right? I can't believe I did that. I still used a family photo and made a Christmas card for 2021. I'm just going to have to go get that one and make sure it gets into this album. How funny. I flipped through this thing a gazillion times and just now put that together. Oh my goodness. Story number 6 is the boys, and I really liked this photo because it's just kind of random everyday life, right? But it's, the first week of December, and they're studying for their finals, and I thought it was cool. They're sitting together at the kitchen table there, and I don't know, it was kind of one of those little heartwarming moments. Every mom's like, oh, look at my boys sitting together, being responsible, right? That was document worthy, so that had to make the book. Story number 7 is some of my silly coworkers, and we have lots of clients that bring us delicious treats at the vet hospital every year for the holidays. But we have one client in particular, and she really goes all out and makes these gourmet, beautiful, just amazing creations that look nice and taste even nicer. This was a banana Foster's cake, and everybody was so excited. It's just like this frenzy when they come back. So I wanted to document the joy that we all experience when our clients shower us with delicious treats during the holidays. Now, story number 8 is a double page spread, and you'll notice that the color palette's very different. I want the colors to speak to the photos, and the papers and embellishments should be an extension of the story. So I could have very easily continued on with the reds, but this paper had the glacier color in it. This is from the mix-ins, and I thought it went nice with the rest of the collection. I've used the mix-ins, so I wanted to kind of just play this up with the snowflakes. And again, there's that visual triangle, and I've carried the same colors and patterns. And I use this acrylic piece here. This says Wonderland because it really was a beautiful winter wonderland. And we don't usually get snow in December. I mean, sometimes, but typically our snow starts to fall in January, February, and March. We get quite a bit of snow. So it was pretty exciting to have a white Christmas. And there's Clayton out there brushing the snow off of the truck so we could get out for the day. So I thought the snow looked so pretty on the branches, and then some Christmas ornaments covered in snow. And yeah, so this was story number 8. Now this little guy here is different. I want to show you this stamp because you're actually going to see it quite a bit in this album. I do want to show you, this is Countdown to Christmas. And if you like doing December dailies, stamps like this with all of the numbers on them are so fun. Let me show you in the catalog because I feel like you can see that a little bit better. But look at how cute these are. So they've just used them here to number the pictures on a given layout rather than something like what I'm doing here. But yeah, they're super fun. And then I'm going to show you this stamp set quite a bit because I love it. This is it's called Stories of the Season. I just think it's so perfect. There's like journaling prompts and tags, but this little circle here, and it says December number. This is a stamp set here, December number, and then I just used one of my font stamps to stamp the number 8 on there. But you could literally use that on every single page and just stamp the story or the day in the circle there. Story number 9, I documented some of my favorite Christmas decorations, and there's a process video for this one too, I'm pretty sure. You'll see this layout reused several times in this album because I really like it. So we've got a column of 3 photos, some cute tags, and then you put your title there, and then just a little strip journaling. And I was just kind of talking about how my Christmas village is a holiday favorite, and my mom found these at an antique store, and I just love them. I look forward to creating this little scene with them every year. Story number 10 is another fun sketch here that I've recreated a few times, but I'm just documenting the tree actually done. We finally have all the ornaments on and it's all aglow, and then one of my favorite ornaments there, a little close-up of that. So this was just kind of a, I just thought it looked really pretty, and I wanted to document the decorations there up on the shelf. Story number 11 is Hayden, and this is my oldest son, his girlfriend Desiree, and Clayton and his date, all dressed up for their school winter or Christmas dance. Now, we already saw his Christmas dance, right? So he got to go to a second dance because these are homeschool kids and they put on their own dance. And I've shared this story a couple times. But Clayton went to a private school and Hayden was homeschooled. We did all sorts of weird stuff with our education, but they all landed on their feet, right? But they had this beautiful dance every year. And these are snapshots from that picture. Story number 12 is actually taken on the same day. My husband and I dropped the kids off, or actually they drove themselves, but we wanted to go and take pictures and see the barn and just see all of the activities and embarrass the kids, of course, before we headed on our way. We went out to dinner and had a date night. This is Happiness. That is also from the Stories of the Season stamp. You can see there's this cute little, kind of little, well, I'm at a loss for words, guys. Fill in the blank for me. There's this, and then you stamp the sentiment on top of it. So these say Stories of the Season, Family Traditions, Making a List, The Daily Story, and Deck the Halls, Trimming the Tree, Feeling Merry, and this is Happiness, and then there's Documented By. Every one of those is so usable, and I love it. And you can also, this little box here has a blank spot in the middle that you can stamp these sentiments in as well. So super cool little checklist. Let's review. I really like this stamp. It's so fun. So that is where this came from. And then I typed up on sage paper to match just a little, Mike and I enjoying a date night and where we were, and that the meal was absolutely delicious. Story number 13 was kind of a sad but happy story. Happy for my friend Janet, but sad for all of us. This was her retirement party. This is Dr. Janet. She's a veterinarian I worked with for, I don't even know, close to 20 years, and she's amazing. And I just miss her so much at work. And not only is she a fabulous veterinarian, but she shares my love for the outdoors, travel, and scrapbooking. Yes, she is a very talented scrapbooker. So I was very sad and miss her conversations, but she does come in and do some relief work for us, so I do get to see her from time to time. There's the daily story from that same Stories of the Season stamp set, and then this one here, this little banner. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I love the little banner elements. I thought I was quite clever. I took these 2 little Christmas trees and alternated the color. I've got sage and pine, and then the small one and the tall one. Flipped them upside down to make a banner, but that's where those are from. Like I said, I was pretty oh, that's clever. Sometimes, we just get excited with our ideas. This story number 14, Happy Holidays. This is my dog Murphy and Luna. They're 2 of 4 border collies, and they look so cute in their little Christmas antlers. So I had this dog stamp all wrapped up in Christmas lights, and I thought it is just too perfect, and I had to use it to document the photo of them in their little reindeer antlers, looking ridiculously cute. Story number 19 is a very ugly ornament. Let me hold that up so you can see just how ugly that little creature is. Now, there's a funny story behind that ugly face. You can see my son signed his name on the bottom, and I printed my journaling out from Facebook, and I just took a screenshot. That's an idea I got from my friend Laura. She does this quite a bit over on her channel, Ink and Whimsy. She just prints that out for her journaling. And I gotta read this to you because it's hilarious. This is Odwalla. There was a Podwalla, but he was broken a few seasons ago, so I was motivated to document the survivor before another tragedy struck. The boys attended a Christmas function back in 2013, put on by our local charter school. They had the kids create Christmas ornaments to gift to their parents. Children were excitedly creating beautiful gifts to present to their folks. Meanwhile, my boys decided to make the ugliest ornaments they could imagine. Boys. They each drew what they deemed as scary faces on the biggest ornaments available. They giggled in delight with mischievous grins as I opened them on Christmas morning. Over the years, it became a joke as I would hide them towards the back of the tree and the boys would move them front and center. This would go on throughout the entire month until the tree was taken down for the season. Who would have ever known how special these silly ornaments would become? So, you guys, seriously, when I opened them, it was so funny. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks, boys. But they were laughing and giggling. So the memory was fun. And now for years, 10 years, because this was 2013 that they made those, this has become a tradition in our family, these silly, ridiculous ornaments. And I'm so sad the other one got broke. So this is why we scrapbook, because chances are this one's not going to, outlive me. They're fragile, they're ornaments. But it's such a fun memory, and I'm so happy to have that in the album. Story 16 is a snapshot of some of my coworkers and I at our company Christmas party, and we have a really nice lunch at a historic hotel and do the fun gift exchange game, like the white elephant where you can steal it. So we do that every year, but I just wanted to document that memory. Now this one, I think I have a process video for this one too. This is story 17. This is my son Clayton, and he picked out this hideous sweater and for their school Christmas ugly sweater and mug exchange. His mug says, "Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice." Snarky teenager stuff here. So the sweater, I think he picked that up at Walmart. I don't know. It's ugly and he loves it. So he still pulls it out every Christmas. So I wanted to document that. Now you'll notice this is a pocket page, and there are sketch ideas included for pocket pages. But if you saw Andrea's video yesterday, she did a faux pocket page. So sometimes you'll notice if you've ever tried pocket pages, you have an easy time creating this, but then you're married to it on the back, right? So you have the same configuration. You have to make that work. So Chelsea's also shared this in her 12 by 12 albums. You just do a faux pocket page. So you do the same layout with the 4 squares, and then on the back you have like a solid canvas. So that's something to make this pocket page sketches a little bit easier to work with. This little mug here was a Cricut cut. I thought it was just kind of cute to create this little embellishment cluster there to highlight the story of the mug exchange. So story 18 is gingerbread making, and I do have some full 12 by 12s where I have all the pictures and, telling the whole story. So I just took a few photos that didn't make the other layout and put them in this book here. And this stamp is these embellishments are from the I Want Candy stamp, which is a current special out right now, and I think that they're just super cute. But Hayden looking super goofy, and then Clayton and I and our gingerbread houses. That's a fun tradition that we do every year. Story 19 is Christmas baking. This is one of my favorite layouts because I just love this cooling rack. I cut that out of silver foil paper with a die, and I think it's the cutest thing. So I just like everything about this layout. The cookies and the stickers. This was from the Freshly Baked collection, but it played along nicely with the color scheme, and there's actually a cookie recipe on the paper there. I mean, how perfect is that? So I was doing a little holiday baking to take and share with my coworkers. And I always try to bring in some gluten-free items because I can't eat gluten. I've been off gluten long before gluten-free was cool. And most people don't bring in gluten-free treats. So every once in a while I have to bring in my own treats to share with everybody. So story number 20, again, Clayton and I, we like to go to this Christmas performance at Ironstone Vineyards every year. And it's just a beautiful performance where they sing Christmas carols. Story number 21. This I do have a process video for. Wrapping presents. We all do that at Christmas time, right? And this was actually day 21, so I was not wrapping presents the night before. But my pets always enjoy hanging out with me, and of course the cats get in the packages and on the packages, and they love to explore all of the new things. This little kitty stamp was from the same one that I used with my dogs. Oh wait, that was right here. So there was a dog and then the cat. So I thought, how perfect is that? Story number 22, homemade gifts. I have a neighbor that's quite crafty, and she dropped by to say Merry Christmas and gift me some canned goods from her garden and this super cute star. Look at this idea. This is like Pinterest worthy. It's just twigs, and she glued them together in a star and then took twine and wrapped the corners. And I think that is adorable. This homemade title, I stamped this. Let me show you this stamp. This is a fairly new alpha stamp called Dainty script, and I had to get this one because I don't have any cursive like this. And I thought you can, put them together quite easily, and then I fussy cut that out. So homemade, and then I used this little stamp that says with love. And then since it was a gift theme, I added a couple gift boxes, and those are from... I have so much fun with my stamps, you guys. I love them. This is the Home for Christmas scrapbooking stamp, which I have used quite a few times already here on my channel. But you stamp the little gift boxes and then the top layer, and then you can die cut out the bows to put on top. So I've used this again in the album. You'll see it again. So documenting gifts from friends and family or neighbors. That's just a great story idea. Last minute Christmas shopping with my mom. And this is also a memory I documented in 12 by 12 format where I did different pictures and multiple pictures. But I just love this picture of my mom, and I had this stamp, Mrs. Claus's Cafe, and I had to use it. So I wanted to document this, and she just looks so fun in her festive red coat there. So the next story, story 24, is my favorite story, and I'll explain why here in a moment. I do want to point out I've used those same gift boxes from the Home for Christmas stamp set. These are going to be great for birthday presents, really any type of gift. I think I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of these stamps. And then the December title here is from the same Stories of the Season. You've got December kind of just neat design here, and I stamped that on the side. Now you can tell my boys are pretty young here. This is 2016. And the reason why this popped up as a Facebook memory and why I got the idea to document the story this way. So I've got this fun little divider, but I used vellum, and you can see the boys through it there. And I'll tell you how I made that in just a moment. But here they are. We celebrate our family gift giving on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is almost kind of a bigger deal for us than Christmas. Christmas Day is pretty low key and relaxing. All the activities for us mainly happen on Christmas Eve. So these are my boys back in 2016, and look at their little faces, just mouth open, so excited opening presents. And then fast forward to 2021, and there they are, mouth open, all excited, opening up their presents. And I just really love looking at these two pictures together. It just makes me happy. I'm going to enjoy looking at these two memories together for forever. This just is awesome. So I had a lot to say on the story. So you see all these December dailies with these cool little like interactive elements, and I'm like, I want to do something. And I literally woke up with this idea. I had made a card using this frame, and I woke up and it was like light bulb went off. This is the Slimline shaker die. So you can see it's obviously made for a frame to create a Slimline card. You could either just make a frame or you can make a shaker. So there's acetate that fits this. There's this inner portion too, so you can create some fun layers and different looks. But what I did is I cut 2 frames from pine cardstock, and I sandwiched acrylic. So there's acrylic on both sides, and put foam tape in between. And then I just did not put foam tape in the top. So now it's this really cool pocket. I chose this sticker. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care because it's Christmas Eve. So that's when you would kind of have the stockings and stuff out, right? And they're hung ready for Santa to come visit. So I cut my acetate. I did use 12 by 12 acetate sheets, and I cut them down. And I cut it with the top piece has a long enough border that it fits in here and sits kind of at the same, point as the papers there. I just measured it to match the portion of the page protectors so that they would line up. And it seems kind of complicated, but it was super easy to make. And then I printed my story out on vellum, all about just Christmas Eve traditions and just my thoughts and feelings on these photos. And you can kind of see the story there, but you have to pull it out to get the whole story. This would be so fun to add shaker elements. You can do so many different things with something like this. So I thought that was pretty fun. Brian has decided to join us. He's just off camera here. So if you hear purring, that's what that is. But anyway, this is a neat story ideas, comparing and contrasting memories from different time periods. So kind of a now and then type of story. And that's something that you can incorporate in your December daily or your regular albums also. Our last story is the Christmas. I just decided to end on Christmas, and we had a very quiet dinner. I had my in-laws over, and I wanted to document. We had prime rib because my husband's boss gifted all of his workers a whole prime rib, which was kind of amazing. And look, guys, there's that stamp set again. The little houses and the trees that I used for the little banner element. I actually used them for trees, and then here's the little houses, and I used the tag too. So I just thought that was a fun little embellishment cluster there. They look so cute, and you can imagine a whole little border with those trees and houses on a card or on a layout. Such fun little element there. Oh, and look what I just noticed. This tag from my little pocket lines up perfectly with that, almost like it was made for it. I could even add another story on the other side. So when you pulled it out, you could have something to read on the opposite side as well. So many fun things you can do. Some of the others have used the sketchbooks for October, Halloween through the years, or like birthday or vacation albums. It's a really fun size. So everything, you can find that all in the description box below. And this is a collaboration with the creative design team. So stay tuned all week long because you're going to see lots of creativity featuring these 6x8 sketches. So everything, again, down in the description box below. And here is the playlist for the creative design team right here. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.